Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your thumbs up, for your comments, and thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. And yes, I want to say that I am very proud of the white Americans who showed up yesterday to support the protest or be a part of the protest march. I really am. And it might seem like, well, why are you congratulating them? They should have done that before, or they are the only reason we're in the shape that we're in is because they've been voting for racism and blah, blah, blah. I agree with that. I agree with that. But it's better late to wake up to the truth than never. And yes, it took them being hurt by the policies of this new administration to realize this man was not the best man for the job. And now I hear people saying things like, well, he stole the election. If all of these people came out against him, he stole the election. He didn't have to steal the election. When we listen to people on social media, there's a large group of people that said they weren't going to vote at all. A larger than usual group of black people that said they were going to vote for Donald Trump and did. The Latinos voted for him, majority of them voted for him, the majority of the Indians, the Asians, and the majority of the white people voted for him. So what was it to steal? He won because the people that wanted him to win voted for him. They didn't vote for some off the wall candidate that they knew never was going to win. They voted for him. So, yes, they voted for him and they put him in office. And now they see they're going to be just as hurt by these policies as black people and everybody else. So they decided it was time for them to act. So, what better time is it for you to act than when you realize it's time for you to act? So I want you to listen to this content creator from TikTok, and then I'll come back and have a little bit more to say.
White people, y'all showed up today. Okay, so I'm just getting a chance to scroll on TikTok and I'm seeing the videos from Colorado and Utah and rural America, Alabama, Mississippi. Of course, Chicago showed up. New York was out there. Like it. Yes, I'm loving it. Let me just challenge you guys really quickly. If you will just take one thing from this protest, and I don't know what the organizers have said. Please post a video. Post a video, even if it's a video of the crowd. If you just took a video of the crowd, mute the sound and do a voiceover. Like do a voiceover with your voice and talk about why you showed up. What drove you to stand up, to march, to protest, to speak out, whatever it was that drove you to those particular protests today. Do a video and do it in your voice because your voice matters. That's what they're going after. Like they don't want you talking about it. And here's the power in that. In using your own voice, there's people in your community that need to hear from you. They need to hear from their neighbor, their coworker, their community organizer. They need to hear from you because we can't reach everybody. Like I get on here and rant and rave and cuss and do all that stuff, but there's millions of people that will never see me, but they'll see you. They'll hear you. So whatever it was it the fear of Social Security getting cut or Medicaid being cut and your children not having health insurance? What is it? What is it that drove you? Did you just find out that most pharmaceuticals are made in other countries and the cost of your medication is going to go up because of these tariffs? Whatever it is that drove you to stand up, speak out about it because your voice is that important. This administration, they're not just trying to silence critics. They're trying to silence everyone. They're not just going after journalists and media organizations and law firms that represent people that they oppose. They want to silence you too. Don't let them do it. Speak out. Post something. And if you do, just tag my name in the comments. I'd love to see it. I'd love to cheer you on. I'd love to hear what made you stand up. Even if you voted for him. Even if your thought was, I just wanted my prices to be lower. I didn't know that this is what he was going to do. He said he didn't have anything to do with Project 2025. I didn't know. I never saw that. Because even that will reach somebody who has the same thought process. Share your why. I'd love to cheer you on.
So I am in agreement with her. There's no better time to act than in the present. And my feeling is that this is not the time to point fingers. This is the time for everybody who thinks that what happened in November voting for Donald Trump and him getting to be the president of the United States was a mistake. This is the time for them to act. As far as black people going out in the streets protesting, we realized that that was not the best strategy for us at this time. It was time for white people to make their voices known because we know if we had gone out there in large numbers, then it would have turned on us. It would have been all about the black people out there protesting and rioting. That's what they would have called it. Black people could have planned a peaceful protest, could have gone with the best intentions of having a peaceful protest, but just like it happened in some of these other cities, stacks of bricks showing up from nowhere. People coming in, instigating and agitating, making it about law and order and getting these black people under control. That's what would have happened if black people had been involved. Even if they weren't trying to institute martial law, it still would have turned against black people no matter how peaceful we had tried to protest. And if they did want to institute martial law, and they did that, then it would have been about, well, we're instituting martial law because of the black people. See, that would have been designed to turn white people against black people. Now, they're going to have white people on the martial law too, but guess what? White people are going to be mad at black people because now they say it was because of black people's behavior. So it was very wise for black people not to get involved in that, just in case. That's why they would want black people out there. And the second thing is they're trying to flip the script on black people. Back during the civil rights movement in the 50s and the 60s, the civil rights movement was about nonviolent resistance. They took an oath that they were not going to fight back. They knew the police were going to sick dogs on them. They were going to beat them with those billy clubs. They were going to tear gas them, water hose them, and even shoot and kill them. They knew that. They knew they were putting their life on the line, but they made the pledge to protest nonviolently. But what happened to them? Bull Connor, who was the commissioner of public safety in Birmingham, something like the police chief, was born in 1897, and he had absolutely no patience with Dr. Martin Luther King or civil rights. And so he didn't spare the rod on them. And neither did any of the other Southern lawmen. So, right up until the time he was assassinated in 1968, Dr. King and his fellow protesters were met with brutality. Traditionally, black protesters are dealt with very harshly in this country. So now they're trying to flip the script and say, no, we're not the ones that's doing the violence, it's the black people. So I say that black people made the smartest move not to get out there. And look out how the white people turned up. They turned up yesterday. They really did. I'm very happy and I'm very proud of those white people. Not in the sense of, oh, I'm so proud. I'm proud because this is a step forward for America. And it took all of what's happening now for them to come to that realization. At some point in our history, we were going to have a Donald Trump just to wake the white people up. We were already woke, but they needed to be awakened. And I think they have been. So now the ball is in their court. It doesn't mean that we can't support them. We can DoorDash them some water, DoorDash them some food. We can be the Underground Railroad this time around if that's what we need to be for the ones of us who want to be supportive. Because I want the country to move forward in a positive way. It's just that there needs to be righteous leaders in this country. There needs to be people in office who want to do the right thing by this country. And being honest, I don't know if we can trust any kind of coalition with white people, but what we can do is each group can work on their own behalf. And we can find some common ground somewhere because actually we do have common ground. Some people just don't realize it. Because if you take away the white folks' food stamps and you take away the black people food stamps, guess what? Ain't nobody got no food stamps. Everybody's not on food stamps, but you get my point. And I will end with this. Donald Trump being reelected president of the United States of America is the best thing and the worst thing that ever happened to America. It's bad in that what he's doing is really hurting the American people, but it's good because America is not going to move forward until she comes to terms with her past. And that means dealing with black people as well as all the other things that are wrong here. And if that's never done, then America is never going to be able to move forward because the time is up for America to play these same old games. So thank you for listening. Let me know what you think about this video. Give me a thumbs up and have a good evening.